I'm Ken Anderson with Profoam. Little tech tip for you today. On the end of your hose, most guns are going to mount to little, either they call it a cupping block or if it's great code, they call it a fluid manifold. But it's just a block that your gun mounts to that has valves that you can open and close to cut the fluid off, so fluid's not coming out here or air's not getting in, things like that. So now, I really want to talk about these valves right here. Either called manual valves or fluid valves, depending on who made them. So in this case, it looks kind of like this when it's not inside the block. And that domed end is what comes up and makes contact with the backside of that hole and cuts the fluid off. Okay? And it just does that by moving in or out like that. So if you go and crank down on that valve real hard to get it closed, what's happening is that dome piece right there gets scored by the inside of that hole from being too tight, damages it, and causes it to leak out the hole. That's no good. These valves over time can also get a little bit of ISO or stuff back inside, get damaged, and start leaking out this side of it as well. So eventually you're going to need to replace these. It's going to happen to everybody sooner or later, either from leaking or it just binds up inside, doesn't want to open and close. So when you do go to replace them, I want to make sure that first you start with the valve open before you take it out of the block. Okay, once it's open, you find the appropriate size, a couple little flats on there, thread it out. It's a right-hand thread, not a big deal. Clearly, before you do that, make sure you depressurize your machine so there's no pressure in there. Close the valve behind the Y strainer so that no fluid continues to keep coming, and then you'll minimize the mess that way. Okay, but take the valve out. Now here's the real key. Make sure also on the new one that the valve is in the open position before you put it in. And the reason for that is this shoulder right here ends up coming flush with the block right here, like that. Okay. But if the valve is open, you may hit this as you thread this in. This may bottom out on the hole before the shoulder bottoms out on the block. And I guarantee you'll damage a brand new valve and you'll destroy that end. So just make sure it's open, thread it in, snug it up, then you can close the valve and you're in great shape. I'm Ken Anderson. Thanks for watching.